Okay, so this week I started a keto challenge. Now, I have to be honest, I'm not crazy about the keto diet. I've done it before. It's very uncomfortable for me because I'm a runner and I like to go long distance. Running on ketones just kind of slows me down. I need some carbs to kind of help out with those muscles, firing all the times. But I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm also doing a experiment to test out the keto gummies. Now, there's been a lot of advertisements that I've seen on the keto gummies, even some that claim that Oprah Winfrey is supporting them and has lost weight using them. I looked at the research studies on keto gummies and the chemical involved, beta-hydroxybutirates, and the only ones that I could find used the beta-hydroxybutyrate at a 3-gram level. The keto gummies, 2 of them contain 500 milligrams, which is like a half a gram. So basically, to get your 3 grams a day, you'd have to take in approximately 12 gummies. Since the bottle contains 30 gummies, that would mean you would have 2.5 days worth of keto ketones in the bottle of gummies. This didn't sound like it was a good idea. So what I did is I also bought a bottle of high dose beta-hydroxybutyrate in capsule form. So I'm going to take that along with the gummies to see if it makes a difference. Now, the studies have shown that basically once you get above a level of approximately 3 millimoles in the bloodstream, you can have an effective ketosis. When people go on a complete fast, they can get their ketones up to 5 millimoles. So they said that somewhere between 3 and 5 is probably enough. Interestingly enough, the 3 millimole level is achieved by going out and doing distance running. So you can actually be in ketosis by doing distance running. And then the challenge the rest of the time is to cut back on your carbs, eat more protein and fats, and try not to replace all the carbs that you just burned off. When you do distance running, you burn both carbs and fat. The fat is reduced down to ketones, and these can be put into the energy mechanism to supply energy. The reason why it's good to have that is that the brain cannot use fats directly. The fats break down into glycerin and some lipoic acids, but these can't be used directly by the brain. When the fats break down to the ketones can be used in the brain, basically because it's a lot faster. It takes a while to get fats across all the membranes in the cell and to be broken down and utilized, whereas ketones can be used about as fast as sugar. Sugar is definitely the easiest to use. And that's why, we have a tendency to store a lot of carbs in our muscles for immediate use. You still have to break the fats down into ketones. So there is a little bit of delay in the energy system when you use ketones. Beta-hydroxybutyrate is the main ketone that we use for energy. There are other ketones that we just can't use directly, but this is one that we can use. And so that's why the gummies should have beta-hydroxybutyrate in them. Now, there are some keto gummies that are called keto gummies, and what you'll find is that they actually contain apple cider vinegar. This is not the same. Apple cider vinegar does not produce ketones, and it's not a ketone itself. So it really is not the same. Even though they might call it a keto gummy, it really is not. So look for BHB or beta-hydroxybutyrate in the gummy if you're going to use the gummies. And of course, you can also use the capsules, which contain a lot more beta-hydroxybutyrate. Like I said, I'm using the gummies plus some capsules to increase the amount that I'm taking in. And then in addition, I'm going on a diet that is partially keto. I'm not restricting my carbs 100%. I am allowing myself to have carbs from fruits and vegetables because I feel that fruits and vegetables provide all the nutrients that are needed in addition to the meat. So it's a much more complete diet. But I am, reducing my intake of things like pasta, rice, corn, all the grains in general. I'm trying to avoid so that I'm reducing the carb intake by quite a bit. I mentioned in a previous video that if you take a chocolate chip cookie, it's 100 calories per cookie, whereas one apple is 60 calories. And I challenge you to see if you can eat more apples per day than I can eat chocolate chip cookies. It ain't gonna happen. I eat a lot of chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so in any event, this is my first week of the keto diet with supplements. And I'll try to do one about once a week, one of these videos once a week to show my progress. I can tell you that just starting on this, I've already lost 1 pound and it's only been about 3 days. So it's going well so far. And I'm hoping that I can lose more this month than I did last month. Last month, I lost 5 pounds by going on a restricted calorie diet, increasing my activity level. I am keeping the same increase in exercise with weightlifting and running. So I'm hoping that I get at least 6 pounds off this month to show that the use of keto gummies and supplements are effective at helping with weight loss. Okay, thanks for listening, and I hope if you like to maybe try this for the month of April, keto gummies and keto supplements you can find on Amazon. I'm sure you can find it also on Walmart online, and you probably can find them at the grocery store too. Maybe a little bit harder to find, but I'm sure you can find it. Okay, take care then.